recording, it might be useful for someone else. What you meant by ETL? E means extract, transform, and load. So ETL testing is nothing but extract, transform, and load testing. Now, where you means from where I need to extract, where I need to do the transforming, and where I need to load.
Data server.
So all these things we will be performing in the databases. What do you mean by database, first of all?
The database layer where all the data are stored after the business and logic layer, or extracted from business and logic layer.
That's it. If you store some, if you source some data, then it is called a database layer. See, now where you store your data in your phone, in your memory card, that's your database. Where you store all your data in your laptop, hard disk or SSD. So now that is where your that is what your storage disk. That is what your DB, right? Why you store the data?
To get it later when required.
You wanted to retrieve it, right? So now you taken a photograph and then you wanted to retrieve it back. You wanted to see in see why you take the photograph to see, means when you wanted to see it back to recollect your memories. So you wanted to store something. So now you store it and then you'll retrieve it. Unnecessary data you'll not store into your picture, right? So now you're going on a road. Will you take the road, complete road, and then you'll store it into your mobile phone? It's not really required. See, whatever the data it required, you'll store it, and then whatever the data you required, not required, you'll not store it. And if you some unexpectedly you taken a video, what you'll do, you'll delete that video because you don't wanted to store that. So you means what means to capture the data and then storing the data, you will be using the databases. Now extracting means, what do you mean by extract? I will extract the data from DB, means I'll take out that particular data from the DB. And load means I load the data into the DB. These two things very clear, I understand. What do you meant by transform? Transform means some business logic. What do you mean by business logic? 2 into 5, 25, sorry, 10. This is what my business logic. Multiplication of 2 into 5, means this multiplication is called as my business logic. Now imagine that, or just think about this. I have a DB. Okay, this DB I'll take about IRCTC, because IRCTC would be the right example. Now this DB, how many logins it will have? If India have one means 135 crores of population, approximately 30 crore population will be using the IRCTC. So now if you 30 crores of people are using this one, 30 crores of credentials should be there in the DB, right?
Yes.
See, without storing something, can you retrieve the data?
No.
See, now you didn't take in any picture. Can you retrieve that one from your gallery?
No.
No, not at all. Not possible. So now something you need to store, means the 30 crores of people data you have been stored into this. Now I logged in with my credential. Can I get Sneha profile?
No.
Or if I log in with Amitabh profile, can I get, they can show my profile?
No.
No. So the data should be properly aligned with each other. See, when user has been aligned to this, then this profile has to come. So those all informations we need to give it. Now imagine that in my column, in a particular table, user table, okay, 30 crores is a huge number to talk about also. I'll just say that we'll take 10,000 for the example. Now there is a user table. In this user table, 10,000 users are there. Now the 10,000 users, when you have it, this particular 10,000 users, I wanted to send it to the another server. Okay, rather than server, I'll say that DB. This I have it in DB1. I wanted to transfer this particular data to the DB2. Why you wanted to transfer to the DB2? If you ask me the question, for an example, you have a memory card. probably it is previously you do have 128 MB of memory card. Then you got 1 GB or 256 MB. Then it went to 1 GB. So now when you are having the old memory card, if you're going for a new memory card of 1 GB memory card, so will you transfer the data or will you keep this one and this one? So first what you'll try to do, whatever the existing data is there, you take that particular data and copy it to the new one. So this is the old DB, okay, and you are transferring the data to the new DB. Okay, so the 10,000 will be you will be having it. Apart from the 10,000, you can add some more things also into this particular DB, right? So then this is called the transforming of this transferring of this particular data from this particular particular DB to this particular DB. Okay, so this is this is the reason we will be transferring. Now, what is the first check? Now I was transferring that particular data, right? The transferring the 10,000 records to this 10 means into this one, you will be transfer the data. What are the checks you will do?
If all the data are there,
How you will check? Will you go for each cell value and then check it? What is a basic check you'll do? Bus, I have 10 cartoons. Cartoon means boxes. In each cartoon, I have some hundreds of chocolates. What is the first check when it comes to your house?
if I have 10 cartoons,
That is what the first check. You will check whether you got the 10 boxes or not. Then you will go inside that boxes. So now what you will try to do is first you will see how many rows and columns I'll have. So now here I have the username and password. So now user means how many rows I should get? I should get 10,000 rows. And how many columns I should get? I should have the two columns we'll be having username and password. So I should be able to get 10,000 rows, whether I was able to get it or not. And then whether two columns are there or not. So I consider that if there are 250 columns are there, then 250 columns and 10,000 rows, you will need to get it. How you will do test this one? Will you go sit manually and then check all these things? Now what it will happen, it comes like for an example, 10,000 rows, right? Here it will come like 9,990. 10 columns, 10 rows were missed. How you will identify the 10 rows missed? What are the 10 rows it has been missed? Will you go each row for 10,000 columns and will you test that? Testing these all things called as ETL testing. Rows and columns and the cell values, the cell data, null values, the data types, whether means we will be having the name column, right? Can I have the name instead of name? Can I store the number? No. So those are the validations which we need to do it in the ETL testing.
so ETL testing is indirectly related to the API testing because the API will call the data server.
APIs are different. APIs
No,
are different.
I'm saying
Those
like when I am giving a login database, then I'm clicking the login, then there the post goes to database and extract the data.
yes, definitely right, Amitabh. So now without database, now see now what I said, this is front end UI. Okay, and then this is DB. What the API will do, it will go here and fetch the data. This is a transformer, and any business logics are written, they can write in the API. Previously, the business logics were in the DB layer itself, but they have been removed. This API means the business logic in this one, and they added in the API layer. So database is purely to store the data, retrieve the data, and all the business logics and all things would be having in the API layer. So
Okay.
these three things will combine. Which is important? You tell me. Heart is important. Okay, in the heart, left ventricle is important, right ventricle is important. Which is important now? Complete all things are important. If one
Yes.
thing is not working, heart will not work. The same way, if something is not working, but we are doing at a different layer. See, all your UI or means you are testing and the Selenium or UI automation which you are doing in this layer. All other API testing and other things you are doing in this layer. And even in this layer also you should test it, right? So that is where in the testing pyramid, if you understand that one, So one by one, we will test it. So units, APIs, UIs, ETL, and then performance, and then security. So this is how the layer wise testing you need to perform it, and then you will be testing it. Understood?
Yes. So my last question is the testing pyramid steps which are related in testing level, how they are related. Like unit test will have in unit testing level. In module level, we will do the API and UI.
Even ETL also you should do it.
Okay.
Now you can correlate, right?
Yes. Yes.
See now, Saurav, just I'll be showing you how to correlate. Now, what are the different type of testing? You didn't tell me smoke testing is not there. That you need to understand by default. So now, what are the categories of the testing I can bring it into the module level, and what are the things which I need to bring it into the system level? So all those things you need to map it. Why didn't I mean, if you ask me, why didn't you tell me the API testing or ETL testing will be part of modular testing when you're explaining me about the levels of testing? Because at that point of time, we don't understand what do you meant by API or
Yes.
what do you meant by ETL. If I say that you'll be doing an API testing, you'll be asking me what is this API testing? Now, once you understand what is API and the ETL, now you need to map it back to that particular levels of testing, where in which level you need to perform this ETL testing.
Okay.
And in market, these all things will be different. One guy having the skill set of web, skill set of API, skill set of ETL, performance, security, you'll not get it. That's a miracle. We do execute multiple projects, means I execute the projects in the API, UI, ETL, performance, security, very rarely I execute it. So that's where we means with this means a limited experience in the industry, working with the multiple projects, multiple clients, we came to know, okay, these are the type of testings. Because luckily in each level of my career, so some years I have been worked as a ETL tester, some years I have been worked as a UI tester, some years I have been worked as a API tester, and some years I have been worked in the performance. So that's how holistically I have the view that what things will happen in each layer and how the testing to be happen. There are many more details to validate the DB. There are many more details out there. Guys, I need to drop for this call. Okay, so I'll continue this one tomorrow, so we can discuss about this particular. If you have any doubts, we'll discuss about that one.
Thank you, Krish.
Thank you so much, guys, and I'm sorry for this one. We can spend some good amount of time because I'll cancel all other classes on Saturday, so we can spend 1 hour to 1.5 hours. Whatever the things we missed on these aspects, we can discuss on Saturday. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. See you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Huh?